Everyone, good evening or good morning. Depends of like where you're watching me right now and what time you're watching me. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. So first of all, I would like to thank Mr. David and especially Delta Tech for allowing me to be on such a day like that with a lot of amazing people. I have seen like all those people who speaks today, and I'm looking forward to hear every single person of them. So being like a keynote speaker today, it's a pleasure, and of course, thank you so much. It's an honor. So first of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Hussein Al-Banna. I am an Egyptian entrepreneur who based in South Korea since 2018. My company have been registered officially in Korea starting from October 2019, that's right, yeah. And I've been a part of GBA since December 2020. So that was like my milestone on that day. Like on that year, I had a milestone, and the milestone is like being a part of GBA, Global Business Alliance. And before starting with Global Business Alliance or like talk about it, I would like to deliver the message directly from the chairman of the GBA platform, like Global Business Alliance platform, Mr. Osinan Öztürk, the chairman of GBA. Hello everyone, my name is Osinan. I'm the founder and chairman of Global Business Alliance. The world had been facing uncertain economy management and depressed since 2020 due to the unexpected pandemic. And due to that unexpected pandemic situation and a strong epidemic, despite facing the crisis of disconnecting global networks, the GBA has been wanting to achieve many accomplishments ever since its establishment on last year, April, under the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Energy. GBA has been doing the best to grow at the only business platform in Korea with the slogan of "Take Korea to the world and the world to Korea." We are currently living in the time of rapid change. In human history, the COVID-19 has brought many change in various fields of society, such as education curriculum, business practice, medical system. In addition, due to the corona transition of digital society has been taking place in just a few months, which normally may have taken years. Therefore, as Mr. Sinan said, I think that we will live in a world different from before. Even if the pandemic situation gets over, as a matter of fact, cross-border cooperation based on non-face-to-face economic activities in digital. Therefore, I think that we will live in the world different from before, even if the pandemic situation gets over. As a matter of fact, cross-border business cooperation based on non-face-to-face economic activities and digital culture became commonplace. And that is the day that we can talk about it today. In such an event we have online. That's just like a proof of the words that Mr. Sinan just writing today. In response, GBA will provide varieties of business and network programs in a way that can be both online and offline. Overall, GBA will contribute to the Korean economy and job creation, and will do its best to support foreign entrepreneurs, startups who are interested in Korea and Korean products and items. And also all the Korean startups who are interested to go global, go to the world, not just bringing the world to Korea, but we will also help support and push and accelerate all the Korean entrepreneurs and startups to go from just being based in South Korea to the global. And that's why it's called GBA, Global Business Alliance. That was just the sentence and the letters that Mr. Osinan, he just wrote it today for, and he wanted to deliver it to such an event. But myself, I would like to introduce GBA. So I met Mr. Osinan like 2020, mid like around July, August, and it was such a pleasure to meet such an intelligent guy. This person, he been living here in Korea for over 24 years. He is Turkish himself, but with like a more Korean characteristic. You know, he called himself that he's more Korean than Koreans himself. Mr. Osinan, he lived in Korea more than like some of the generation, which is like younger than 20 years old. So he lived in Korea more than that. He knows the Korean, he loved the culture. He himself, he just considered himself now as a Korean citizenship, as the government consider him as well, like is a Korean citizenship. I met such an intelligent person like 2020, we talk about business, and then we found that we both have same vision, we have same goals. I will just introduce myself later just for you to understand that what I'm doing, what I've been doing, so that is very important for you to understand where I'm talking from and how did we manage to do what we're doing right now. When I came to GBA, there was like different committees. So there was like a foreign CEO, like it's a committee only related to foreign CEO. So if you are a foreigner and you are CEO of a company and you're based in South Korea, there is a committee made only for you, allows you to meet other CEOs and like helps you to for like kind of like business network and all that stuff. And the committee has a lot of activity, and it's being running by Miss Noor Zarari, and she's from Algeria. She's herself, she's a CEO of a company here doing like automation engineer in Korea. So what I want to say, there was like a foreign CEO and there was a Korean CEO committee, which is related only to Korean CEOs who's like also want to connect to the foreign CEOs or like want to connect to like overseas companies or like global companies, or they even want to meet other Korean CEOs inside GBA through all the events that we have been doing. And I will explain to you all the events what we've been done over the year. Also in GBA, we have a committee which is called Diplomat, Trade and Counselors. So we really are very interested that not just because business is related to policies and of each country, and the policies of each country is made by each country's like diplomats, not just like that, but like also the foreign affairs minister in each country. So it was very necessary for us that we have all those diplomats and trade counselors in our GBA. So right now we have like more than 62 diplomats and trade counselors from different countries, continents around the world. We have like around like 70 nationalities or like 80 nationalities in GBA with like 250 active members. We've been doing like more than 5 events during that time since we started the year, and we've been challenging the corona, taking all the cautious. We took an offline, we took like our activities even offline, not just online, and we challenged corona with all the cautious that we had. And then we throw like 3 events, and each event like we invited like 100 members of GBA. That includes like foreign CEOs, Korean CEOs, diplomats and trade counselors. And then when I met Mr. Sinan, that was the part that they have, and I really like it. But then there was like a small part which is called Startup Committee. And then when we started to talk about the Startup Committee, I just felt like there's huge things is missing here. We need to do something. I told him, Mr. Sinan, my name is Hussein Oban. I was graduate from Denmark. I studied business. My major was marketing and international business. I've been more than 10 years in acceleration and incubators, also in investments and VCs. I've been doing that in different continents and countries. I've been like doing that in Switzerland, Denmark, been doing that in UK, in Africa, Egypt. I did also a lot of good things with a lot of amazing startups that want to go to global, like want to go global, and then we managed to take them global. We raised funds for them and we did everything. So I told him, Mr. Sinan, this is what startups here need. Whether they are like Korean startups or even foreign startups, we still need to support them. And how the startups need the support, it's that way. We need to help them. And I myself, I came from the startup scene in Korea. I came to Korea with a startup company. I know all the challenges like everyone did. I also work with a lot of Korean startups, and I know all the challenges that they face. In order to go global, and also for global startups, in order to come here, I know all the challenge. I'm not assuming that I know all the challenge, but I'm also meeting every day. I'm meeting new challenge with a new startup I meet every day. And we talk, and through talking, we just figure out solutions. So we started like not just a startup committee, because the committee was already exist. There was a lot of startups who was really like exist in the GBA platform as a business. But then we met a lot of investors, me and Mr. Sinan, through our journey since December till now. And those investors, they really want to invest in startups, but who to invest in, they don't know. They always come here and tell us like, who to invest in? Just teach us, tell us, because we have money, we want to invest, but who should we invest in? But anyway, that's not the point right now, because raising fund and investment is not just the biggest things. Talking about like a Korean startups who want to go abroad, there is a lot that facing them. First of all, there might be like a language barrier, and that is like a huge thing here in Korea. We want to teach Koreans not about speaking language, because there is a lot of language exchange places. There is a lot of language. I'm sure that most of the startups and the entrepreneurs, Korean entrepreneurs who I met, they speak perfectly English, even better than just me. And I believe we're not here to just teach English, but what we do here is teaching or like supporting, helping, mentoring Korean entrepreneurs and a startup how to go abroad, how to make business abroad, how to close deal abroad, how to communicate in English business with people abroad. We will just work on that. We will work on getting them all what they need, the requirements they need in order to reach their goals abroad. And that's what we do. We started GBA Venture Hub. And why is called Hub? Because first of all, we're not just a VC. We're not even accelerator program. We're not an incubator. We are just a hub. GBA is a hub for all the startups, whether like foreign or Korean. But today we focus only on Korean startups who want to go global. And the reason why we want to talk today about the global ones, like taking Korean to a global market, is one thing. The GBA Venture Hub was only made just to be a hub for people to be there. They will get legal advisors. They will get mentoring. They will get mentoring from the best like business counselors in Korea who just work with Samsung, with LG to take their business abroad. We have also like a marketing gurus who work with like Hyundai, with Kia, and they help them to just go to abroad. We also can support them how to raise fund abroad, which accelerators they need to reach out. We have a connection with acceleration program, which is located in UK. We have a connection with like some startups, angel investor in USA. And that's what we want to do here. We want to support all the Korean startups who want to go abroad. We are here for you, GBA Venture Hub. And today, I just want to introduce you to GBA Venture Hub. As I explained to you, GBA Venture Hub is a place for you to learn about how to take your startup global, how to move forward, how to learn about the global startup ecosystem. We're looking forward to get connected to every single person here today. For everyone who is listening from me today, please, I want you to reach me out. Let's arrange a coffee meeting. We also have some of the staff who speaks Korean. Don't hesitate. It's your place to be there. We want you. We want to talk to you. We want to know what is your business model. We want to take you global, and then we want to get the global market here. But you are the first. You are, and your team are the first. We want to take you abroad, and then please, we want to see you in our office in GBA very soon. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best. You're all amazing people and successful. And thank you so much. That was me, Hussein Al-Banna. I'm the startup committee leader and the GBA Venture Hub founder. Thank you so much. That is Global Business Alliance GBA.